Today I'm doing the second version of my double or nothing predictions video since the card was updated after the go home show. Let's go to the first match.
The most magical place in the world. New York, New York.
AEW presents Double or Nothing from Louis Armstrong Stadium in Flushing, Queens. Live Sunday, May 24th.
Now we are starting with the main card of Stadium Stampede, and we have Team Ricochet winning. We have Mark Davis winning over Jericho because Mark Davis has been on a hot streak, so it's great to have him to have a positive and a big win over Jericho. It's a kind of addition to his kind of career and his list of accolades that we can get from here. So it's because the team Ricochet is winning too, because to kind of him to capitalize on his side of things, because he beat the Jericho three times, and he kind of elevate him to another championship level. After that, then Jericho can move on to kind of feud him with another possible kind of candidate after that. Now we are having one of the most hard-hitting and intense matches that's going to be in here with Swerve Strickland versus Bandito. We haven't seen Swerve much, so he appeared in ROH to attack Bandito. So in terms of that, I would say it had a less build in terms of Swerve appearing, but it's going to be an hard-hitting match coming up here. So we are having win in the this is the kind of quarterfinal match to Owen Hart Cup. We are in terms of here we are predicting he will be go to the finals and face will Ospreay in the finals. Now we are moving to the buy-in. We are we took a slight detour to start with the main card. So we are going back to the buy-in, and so we have in Divine Domain versus Cedar Steel and Viva One. So in terms of here, I would say they would kind of go off for the 5 minute draw, kind of to, and also to have a match at kind of dynamite and lose out there. But I think it's time to time we have a 5 minute draw in here to get it going. So we have another buy-in match with the Triders versus Off, because we are having Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay later in the match, later in the card. So we are having Opspin because so we are having the like Will Ospreay win from that side. So we are having Ops take a win here. From we are having Anthony Bowens over Daniel Garcia because Anthony Owens need to prove himself, and also we are kind of we are hoping to see tension between let's say Hook and Anthony Bowens there, because like Hook was kind of suspending time on Anthony Bowens without recruiting him. So, and after actually somehow got returned, he got recruited. But so since they are kind of having a tension there, so we'll work on that tension after that. So in here we're having a Boom and Doom win. Boom and Doom was a central promotion. So this is again a rematch from again last pay-per-view. So from Revolution. So it's kind of this is more of a comedy fun type match. So we'll see a Boom and Doom, another Boom and Doom win here to like kind of solidify that run they are having. Also, wrestlers were flirting with the Christian EXO or something like that. So moving on to the next one, yeah, going back into the main card. So this one was teased. They had fights. They had everything. They met in the quarterfinals of the Continental Classic. Okada won with a screwdriver and almost, and so Okada is finally facing a legitimate contender for his international championship, because he had smaller challengers like Adam Priest, and also Myron Reed and others. I think the Kevin Knight was the one who actually had some kind of credibility, because he had already had a one over Okada. But so in here we are predicting, so now Takeshita would win here, and so Takeshita would have a kind of active reign against a lot of. So it's time Takeshita held a championship and face against other heels in the company. So moving on to the next match, we are looking at John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. So in here we are having Mox win because it's not the time for him to lose the Continental Championship here. So this was kind of rehashing what Kyle O'Reilly has made John Moxley step out twice last year. So I think it's this time to like. So in the eliminator match, actually John Moxley survived the 20 minute limit, like in opposed to the Kyle O'Reilly surviving. Because now we have the yes, now we have the what you call, we are having John Moxley win here because to kind of solidify kind of his run in here. So we'll kind of Kyle O'Reilly have a trios championship, so he can move on to do things with that championship here. So we have Mina versus Athena because the other one was cancelled because Willow got injured because Willow versus Alex, right? So Alex Windsor, yes. So I'm hoping the wild card would be Ruby Soho kind of thing because we are having Mercedes in a different light. We're going to talk about that in the later in the video. Stay tuned for that. So we are having Athena win and go ahead on this. So in here we're gonna have FTR versus Cage and Cope. So this will be one of most intense in terms of like a emotional match here because so what we are predicting is FTR wins, with like kind of blackmailing, let's say blackmailing Cope in terms of like doing a submission on Christian Cage, and also kind of blackmailing Cope to quit there. So it's so after that it can lead into a kind of feud between Cage and Cope, and we can occupy them for like over the summer, and they can fight and kind of come to an understanding. After that, then they can kind of move on to like training another kind of tag team, because we are having other tag teams coming. Usually me New Day would definitely come in, maybe Motor City Machine Guns. So like there could be like a tag team revolution kind of things moving up. So or in terms of that, so Cage and Cope would join with their own kind of younger mentees that they can mentor, and so that kind of story would go on there. Again, we have Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe. So this one has one of the biggest builds because Will Ospreay is like had his rivalry with John Moxley. Now they are training together, and Samoa Joe wanted Will Ospreay to join the ops, but Will Ospreay didn't reply, and so now Samoa Joe's on Garden want to beat down Will Ospreay. So we're gonna have a great match. So this is the quarter final in the Owen Hart Cup. We'll see. So Will Ospreay would win because in here we are pitching him to actually go to the finals, actually win the finals, and actually win at all in. So like so this is kind of the journey of Will Ospreay that we are covering here. Now we are moving into Tekla. So we have the Fatal Four Way. So we are having Tekla win because you when you see the close up video done by Renee, right near the pay per view, so you're definitely going to winning because the last time it did because the Renee did the close up before the Dynamite event, and they went to his hometown, so that's definitely kind of a winning sign. So that is kind of doing an educated guess, I guess that's the case. Now we're having yes, Shida, Chris Atlanta, and Jamie Hater, kind of because I think the Shida and Chris Atlanta would have their kind of start their rivalry and whatever whatnot in here because they don't trust each other. So Chris doesn't trust Shida, and Shida is kind of doing between things there. So they're gonna start that one here. So yes, we are having Mercedes Monet return to challenge Tekla in here. So because so Tekla has beat down like all of her like the near challenges, because the other ones are like beat like say Harley Cameron or Megan Bain, and those ones are actually so they are in the tag team division now, and also Harley Cameron, Mina actually challenged and lost. Harley Cameron is like not near that level. on here. So I think the Mercedes would be the other 10 contender to fight for the Tekla. And actually, Mercedes Moon is returning. She's currently have the babyface vibe, so she's gonna win over Tekla maybe in the next pay per view. Then after in that, they would be building her up as a heel, as a champion for 2 months. Then we're gonna have Alex Windsor in the Owen Hart Cup, and she challenged Mercedes in the All In. So that's kind of the long term plan in here. So we're gonna have Darby versus MJF. So we are gonna have Darby win. So this is one of the most debated, because people are saying Darby is running short, so MJF's gonna win. There's no sense to MJF to lose here, but most definitely Darby would win to actually solidify his reign, and also kind of to have a more emotional storytelling in terms of MJ losing his hair, in his hometown, growing crazy somehow, and also to like add salt to the wound, not the salt of the earth, we are adding salt to the wound. We are having Hangman return at the end to help Darby to save MJF, because last time this kind of happened, Wheeler Yuta tried to run away, and Moxley himself actually stopped it, but like in here, so there's no one's gonna stop him in terms of righteousness. So we would say Kevin Knight, Speedboat Mike Bailey, and also so MJF would evade those two, and come into face with Hangman Page. That's gonna be another very emotional and another kind of high intense storytelling in there. So that would be our predictions. So let us know what are your predictions in. You just type in your predictions in the comments, and also yes, like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thank you.